Oilers fans, things are heating up behind the scenes. Tough decisions are being made, changes are happening in the coaching staff, and even the big names in the locker room are being pulled into meetings about potential trades. On top of that, the team might go all in on the market to bring in a new goalie, and that could flip the script for the future of this franchise. If you bleed copper and blue, hit that subscribe button so we can hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers and show the rest of the league that Oil Country is loud, loyal, and lives for this team. The season's over. The sting of losing the Stanley Cup final is still fresh, but there's no time to sulk. This team needs to respond. And when it comes to the crease, there's no skirting around it. Everyone's calling for change. After 2 years of letdowns from the goalies when it mattered most, all eyes naturally turned to the net. Fans, analysts, even former players have been calling for bold moves in that department. But what if the real shift needed to happen behind the scenes, not in the crease? Head coach Chris Canoplo recently gave an interview that caught a lot of folks off guard. He acknowledged the goalie situation was tricky and needed attention, but he took a route not many expected. According to him, it was time for a fresh mindset in the goaltending department. And here's the big news. Oilers fans, the team just hired Peter Olbrich as the new goalie coach. Olbrich's got a solid reputation for developing talent and dialing in the technical side of a net game. He replaces Dustin Schwartz, who'd been with the team for years and was basically part of the fabric of the franchise. Canoplo said, "It was a tough decision, but we want what's best for our goaltenders. At times, they've been great, but we need more consistency." He believes Aubrey is the right guy to help take Skinner and the rest of the crew to the next level. And let's be real, even a small improvement from Skinner could totally change the playoff picture. Some fans might question how much difference a new goalie coach can make. But at the NHL level, a new voice, a new set of eyes, and a fresh approach can turn a goalie from average to clutch. Could this be the missing piece to finally bring the cup back to Edmonton? The team is sticking with Skinner for now, but with Aubrey now behind the scenes, there's a renewed sense of hope. The mission: finish the job in 2025 and win it all. And this quiet coaching change might be way bigger than people realize. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Peter Aubrey is the spark this goalie group needed? If you liked this breakdown, share it with your buddies, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed. But hold up, if you thought that was a bombshell, wait till you hear what's coming next in Oil Country. There's a roster move being discussed right now that could seriously shake things up and split the fan base. A move that could totally change the direction of next season and push this team to another level. Stick around, because what's coming next is going to raise some eyebrows. Alright, let's get into it, because this next story is the kind that makes every Oilers fan stop what they're doing and lean in. There are some things in the NHL that never seem to change, and here in Edmonton, we all know one of them. Yep, we're talking about the never-ending goalie saga. It's the 2025 offseason, and yet, here we are, still talking about the crease. But this time, friends, something might have finally opened up. You know how sometimes the door cracks open when you least expect it? Well, that might have just happened. On Sunday, the Canucks and Penguins pulled off a trade that could have ripple effects for the Oilers, even if they weren't directly involved. Otters, who was in Vancouver, got sent to Pittsburgh, and that raised some red flags for folks watching the goalie market. His arrival in Pittsburgh could shift things, especially for a name Oilers fans know well. Tristan Jarry, if you need a refresher. Jarry was one of the top goalies in the league between 2019 and 2023. But last season was rough. He struggled and even hit waivers. Still, you can't ignore the upside, and maybe a fresh start is just what he needs. So here's the twist. Could the Oilers be lining up to bring in Jarry to fix their crease problems? Jeff Marek from Daily Faceoff floated the idea. And with Pittsburgh trying to clear cap space, there's talk they might even retain half of Jarry's salary to get a deal done. That'd drop his cap hit to about $2.68 million. Totally doable for Edmonton if they tweak the roster a bit. And don't forget, Jarry's got ties to the city. He played for the Oil Kings and won a Memorial Cup right here in town. Now here's the big question. Is this a risk worth taking? Could Jerry finally solve the Oilers' goalie issues? Or would it just be another gamble with no payoff? Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear from real fans. And if you thought this goalie drama was the big news, just wait. There's serious trade talk going on behind closed doors, and the front office is working the phones hard. There's tension in the air, but also a sense that something big is coming. Don't go anywhere, because the next segment might just deliver the biggest shock of the week. The NHL trade market just flipped upside down. And of course, the Oilers are right in the middle of it. After a wild, emotional season, the team's front office came into this summer ready to make moves. And they did just that. Moves that could reshape this franchise heading into the fall. Every decision in the offseason carries weight. And this time around, the Oilers added some intriguing pieces like Andrew Mangiapane and up-and-comer Isaac Howard. At the same time, veterans like Corey Perry, Connor Brown, and Evander Kane have moved on, either via trades or free agency. But here's the part most people don't know. And what we've got for you exclusively is that a couple more big names nearly joined that list. Names that every Oilers fan knows well. Darnell Nurse and Adam Henrique. This came to light after the deal that sent Victor Arvidsson to the Bruins. According to sources close to the situation, Boston wasn't just interested in Arvidsson. They reportedly reached out to the Oilers to ask about packaging and other vets. That's when Nurse and Henrique's names came up. Here's the kicker. Both players apparently said no to any potential move. They've got no move clauses in their contracts, and they used them. But the fact that those conversations even happened, that might have left a mark in the locker room. Now things are getting interesting. Nurse and Henrique are still on the roster, but there's talk that their roles could be scaled back next season. That opens up a big question. Will this tension affect the chemistry and performance of the team? The truth is, there's no room for distractions in 2025-26. It's cup or bust, and any internal drama could be a major setback. That's why everyone's watching closely to see how those players respond after what was likely a tough conversation with management. Ideally, it's water under the bridge and the team rallies together. But the fact that the front office even considered trading two of its most seasoned guys is a clear signal. Nothing's off the table in Edmonton right now. So what do you think? Did the Oilers make the right call by exploring trades for Nurse and Henrique, or could it come back to bite them in the room? Drop your take in the comments. If you're a true Oilers fan and want the inside scoop on everything happening with the team, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with your fellow fans. Let's push this team all the way to the Stanley Cup.